wanting to end things tonight?
Oh, there's no ending about it. This is the beginning, really. It's part of pre-season. We're very disappointed to lose any game, but you've got to be realistic about it. Sydney are a little bit ahead in their preparation in terms of matches. They've played against two Premier League teams, English Premier League teams in the last 6 weeks, Newcastle United and West Ham over in New Zealand. So they're a bit more match hardened than us. We're working on our fitness. I think we showed a good level of fitness tonight. There's some glimpses, there's some stuff that we can really work on and improve. First half wasn't our best football. The second half we got a bit better, but goals win matches and they scored two.
So what do you think that your team will take out of the tournament as a whole?
Oh, look, we've had a great week here in Townsville. The people have been very hospitable. They've made us feel really at home. We really appreciate that. We've had some great surfaces to train on. We've had a great hotel to stay in. And we've had a good body of work. So it's just another week of work that we can take home and it's under the belt and get ready for the start of the season.
A few new faces coming in. How far away are you from peaking?
Oh, we're nowhere near peaking, and there's lots of improvement in us. It's a work in progress. We brought and blooded some new players. We brought some young players in, so we're looking to refine a few things. I think we've learnt an awful lot tonight. Sydney are going to be a big handful this year, particularly with the big fella up front. And they seem to play down channels well. They've got dangerous players like Bernie Abini and Alex Brosk that run off shoulders very well and create problems with their speed. And they've got people like Gamiero who can score goals. They're strong at the back, so they've improved already from last season, so they're going to be a force, as I expect a lot of teams will be. But we're happy with where we're at. We know there's a long way to go. There's still 5 or 6 weeks to the start of the season. We've got a couple of important games still to come, and we'll take a lot from this.
Did you get through without injury?
Yeah, I think so. Tommy came off with a bit of a knock, but I think he'll be okay. He gets kicked every week.
How does the tournament, sort of pre-season tournament format, fit in with your pre-season? Is it a good initiative, do you think?
Yeah, look, it is a good initiative because it gives you that bit of extra pressure of playing a game. There's a trophy up for grabs, which everybody wants to win. Tonight it goes back over the border to them, but that's okay. It's one that people will soon forget about until next year when we play the Townsville Cup again.
So you're planning to come back?
We'd love to come back. Are we invited?
I would imagine it would be open. Cool.
So it's good for Queensland football?
Oh, look, I think Queensland football's thriving. The thing that needs to happen is young kids need to have their dreams. They need to be at the edge of their fingertips to be able to see people and touch people and say, well, these are real guys who play professional football. I could be like them one day. And if it's fueled a few dreams by us being up here in Newcastle and Sydney, then I think it's been a worthwhile exercise.
So you're expecting attendance to maybe boost next year, maybe?
Well, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? I mean, that's all we can do is come and play our trade, play our football. We've done our bit in the community. We've been out to schools. We've been to commerce breakfasts. We've done our bit, I think, from a community perspective. We've got what we want to do out of football, and it's just the question now of what kind of legacy we're going to leave behind us in Newcastle and Sydney for the young kids. You've got great facilities here. Why shouldn't we have regular tournaments here?
You mentioned about the goals. You're confident you've got plenty of goals in your team this year?
Oh, we've got goals in us. We scored 9 in the last 2 games. We scored 13 in the 3 games previous to this, albeit against different opposition than we played today. But Sydney, as I say, Sydney are going to be a real tough challenge this year for anybody that comes up against them. So it's exciting times because the 10th season of the A-League is something that we're really eagerly awaiting, and we're doing our bit in terms of getting prepared. And we'll see where this takes us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, look, it's great for confidence for sure, and we've made a lot of changes around the team, as I've said before, and it's great to see the players are buying into that, and it's full credit to the players who worked extremely hard this week. But at the end of the day, it's wonderful to win the Townsville Cup, but I'd rather be holding a trophy up in May next year.
Mike was saying he thinks you guys are going to be one of the real threats this year.
Of course he'd say that. No, look, I honestly think it's going to be a real tough season to pick. Yes, we've strengthened. Brisbane are definitely the favourites because of what they've done the last few years. I think Melbourne Victory have strengthened enormously, and when you see what West Sydney Wanderers are doing in the Champions League, it's looking good for a healthy season. So, this form now means nothing. I'm just delighted that we've had a wonderful 10 days up here. The facilities are first class. We've been looked after extremely well, and we go home with no injuries.
I guess, where do you think your team is now compared to 10 days ago in terms of progress in the football you want them to be playing?
Look,
games?
the promising thing is obviously the fitness side. We're getting fitter and fitter, and but still I think we're 30% of where we should be at. You know, we gave away ball, turned over a lot of possession tonight, and that comes from me asking them to do different things of what they've been doing before, and they're still searching for the player because they don't know automatically where the player is in possession because of the change of systems that we played. So that'll take time, and I'm sure that'll come quite quickly.
Would you consider coming back?
I want to be first on the list. We have to come back and try and defend our trophy. That's what I just said to Rabs. We have to, you know, you can't get a better camp and a better place to come. I mean that. It's you know, you're 5 minutes from the city. You've got 2 great fields, you know, a great gymnasium there and pool, and you know, everything is perfect for a camp. And I came up here in 2008 with the Olympic team and had a great time when we were up here then. So, you know, let's hope that we can, Rabs and Fury can get the sponsors again, and you know, and this becomes an annual event because, you know, as I said, it's been a fantastic week.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is it going to be the tournament around next year?
Yeah, look, I think it will be. I think we've got a couple of things we want to work on at the moment, but I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't have it back next year. So tonight the crowd was fantastic. You know, a lot of new faces, a lot of kids, and you know, the community came out and supported it tonight. So I think it's like everything, it's year one, and I've got no doubt that you know, it'll be on for next year and the year after. I think at the moment we've got 3 clubs who want to come back, but we've also been approached by a number of other clubs who want to come back. So at the end of the day, I think over the next week we'll sit down, review, and then make some decisions to lock it in for next year. You know, so it's all positive.
I guess how many did you get through the gate tonight?
Well, I think at some time it was just over 4,000, but you know, obviously we'll wait to hit final numbers tonight. But you know, I mean, it was a great atmosphere. So I think from the disappointment of last Sunday to the high that was on tonight, I mean, it was a great game, both at the All Stars and then Sydney FC obviously winning it, and the crowd support's been fantastic. So, you know, it's a nice way to finish the week.
Financially, do you think you'll get the backing next year, though?
Yeah, look, I mean, Wingate, we're in discussions with Wingate, and they're very keen. We'll have meetings with them probably tomorrow and Monday, and see if we can come up with the final arrangements. But, you know, look, most importantly, it was the clubs that were the key. I mean, the sponsors will take care of themselves. It was important that the clubs who had a great week here, and it's nice to know that they all want to come back. So it's nice for us to say which ones do we want to bring back. So, which is a very rare thing for us. But so we're excited by it, and you know, I think Graham Arnold summarised it. His team. I mean, it was described to me yesterday by Terry McFlynn that last year they went to Italy for 3 weeks, and this year they came to Townsville. They'd rather come to Townsville rather than go in Italy. So I think that says it all about the community support. Well, you can't question the facilities that we have here, and I think one thing Townsville does well, does look after visiting teams, and I think we've proven that.
How much is the lower crowd numbers going to hurt the bottom line, though?
Yeah, look, obviously it's not as good as we expected, but you know, I mean, we've got some very strong backers. So from a club's perspective, financially the club will be fine. I mean, the backers have always supported it for a period of time, so financially the club won't be disadvantaged.
Will cut a loss, though, won't it?
Oh yeah, the event won't be at a profit, but the backers who put the money up front, you know, realised it was going to be a long-term plan. I think that if the crowd didn't turn up tonight, maybe we wouldn't be talking about next year, but I think it gave a lot of hope tonight with the support that was here, that I think should be on the cards for next year.
Great, thanks.
Right, thanks.
Just one more, Robbie.